Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The Disappearance of Shere Hite, and this new documentary from director Nicole Noonan and produced by Dakota Johnson, and involving Dakota Johnson, who narrates letters and writings and such of Hite throughout the film. This documentary focuses on Shere Hite, who I had never heard of, but who apparently is her book, The Hite Report, is the 30th highest grossing book ever sold, and made an incredible impact where the whole entire culture of America knew who this woman was, and then even more miraculously disappeared. And the title is very telling and very accurate. What I feel like this documentary does in terms of putting a spotlight on Hite and her research into sexuality, trying to help liberate female orgasm by revealing the most private experiences of thousands of anonymous surveys from both men and women, and sexually and emotionally trying to gauge those perspectives and those feelings. This film really captures the storm that whirled around this woman, from those who thought what she brought to the table was going to revolutionize relationships and dynamics in this country, to the even stronger voices who wanted to tear her apart and paint her as a charlatan who was trying to destroy men and male-dominated society. And of course, when you poke the bear of the patriarchy, or the horses of, just watch Barbie, this particular film really captures the backlash that came upon this woman. And what I appreciate most about this documentary, I'll get to the technical aspects soon, but this film does not shy away from capturing who this woman was as a human being, and a flawed human being at that. She was intelligent. She was driven. She was passionate about helping other people. But she was also awkward and uncomfortable, and at times was looking down at others and would get really frustrated. And you saw the tail end of her public career here in America before she exiled to Europe. She had a lot of backlash and lashing out against people, and you saw a frustrated person who was not handling things appropriately in terms of the controversy swirling around her work. And I appreciate that this film did not shy away from painting her as a complicated human being, who she was, but you see her evolve throughout this film. There's this mystery about her past, this trauma-filled past, her future as the film transitions into her becoming a symbol of sexuality as she went off to Europe and posed for these portraits and these photographs that really bore it all. And throughout this film, you really capture who she was, how her work, they had all of these clips from like the Oprah show and other shows where she had to go confront people, mostly men, in terms of her findings and the backlash, and those scenes are tense, and how this is all put together. I loved, from the technical standpoint, some of the storytelling decisions. I think Dakota Johnson, that was an inspired choice to have her come in and read these letters and such throughout the film. There's moments where they're going through some of the surveys, and you see the actual writing of the surveys, and then you hear somebody dramatizing it, bringing the thoughts to life. And I thought that was very resonant, hearing from the people who talked and filled out these surveys, and like actual clips from some who actually recorded their answers, because trying to write out all these survey questions was a lot. This film also captured how prophetic, how Hite was, and the world around her, seeing the culture war brewing around her work and how it permeated throughout society. Like, they show clips of Clarence Thomas and warnings of how, like, what he was going to do if elected, repealing Roe v. Wade. which happened, took decades, but happened. And this film is provocative, it's prophetic, it is uncomfortably timely in showing throughout decades how her work brought to the surface attitudes that telegraph today and the culture wars that are brewing today. This is such a fascinating film and elevates beyond any kind of standard documentary feel. It's an intrusive and engrossing look into this woman and her impact, and it is 100% a big recommend from me. But those are my thoughts on the disappearance of Shere Hite. Let me know what you think and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.